Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how you can use the software to create a mobile site for a business. There are different ways you can find clients for mobile sites. You can go to local business meetings or get-together groups. You can even look online at local businesses and see if they have a mobile site already. And if they don't, you can build them a quick one and show it to them and get business that way. Okay, so I picked one here called the Highlands Pet Hospital. They have a mobile site, but it's just two links. It isn't a good one. So we're going to create one for them here. So let's open up our software. So the first thing here is the company name. And with this software, you can put in the company name or you can use a logo like we see up above us here, or you can do both and use the company name as a tagline. So I'm going to skip the company name. Okay, so here we put in the address. So we go and we find where they are. So let's go to the contact us. Okay, so we have two lines for the address. So we take the first line here and copy, paste it in here. And the second line, copy, paste it in here. Now, we'll be asked later if we want to create a map, and it will use this information to create the map for us. Okay, next, the phone number. So we grab it here. Okay, and put it in this format. Actually, we want to change that to dashes so that the phone will read it properly. Okay, then next. Okay, enter the phone number where someone can send you a text. Okay, so this is a text number. They don't have any texting on here. So we'll skip that. And then if you're using the text, it'll say text us here. You can change the heading of that, but we're going to skip the text altogether. Okay, the email address for the contact form. Now this automatically creates a contact form. So if we look on here, this looks like it's probably a contact form here, and it is. Okay, so we would have to find an email address for them. You might be able to find that in the yellow pages, or you could ask them if you already have a business relationship with them. But just for demonstration purposes, you can put in just any old email address so that you can demonstrate that it works, and then you can change it for them after. Now we are able to save this website and reload it, so it's easy to change the email address. Okay, so let's put in a valid email address here for now. Okay, next. Okay, so select the logo. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab it from their site. Okay, now you can use the Windows snipping tool that's installed in Windows. There are other screen grab tools you can use as well. Just do a search for them if you want to use a different one. Okay, so this is the snipping tool here. So all we do is click New, and then we can just select where we want. So let's select here. Okay, and there it is. So now we're going to save some images to our work folder. So let's save this one. Let me bring the snipping tool down a bit here. So this is the window that comes up after you've snipped it. So we'll just click Save here and we'll save it to a work folder. Okay, so let's change it to logo. Click Save. Okay, let's just move this, reduce this for now in case we need it again. Let's go back to the home page. All right, so let's continue now. So now we're going to go select the logo. Okay, here it is here. Let's click Next. Okay, do you wish to create an About Us page? Okay, so this is the first page that they see. It'll be a link at the top of the menu for their first page. So we're going to say yes here. Click next. Okay, now about us. We can change this if we want. So we could call this, say, home, like they have here. Okay, click next. Now, this is an HTML box here, so we can basically take this and put it right in there. So to do that, what we will do is we'll open up an HTML editor that I've included in the packet. Okay, so there's a folder called HTML editor, and in here all you have to do is click editor, and it'll open up a box like this. Now what you can do is just grab this, copy, and then paste it into this editor, like so. Okay, so you see everything's in here now. There's the dog, here's the text. So what we can do is you'll see there's a little button here that says remove formatting. So any formatting you want to remove, you should remove here. We'll leave these up here the same. And then what we should do is remove the formatting from there down. Okay, so now we're ready here. So what we can do is we can bring up the source window, and then from there we can just copy it straight into the site. Okay, so everything in here we can just copy right into there. So Control A, holding the Control key down and pressing A will give you this view. So we'll do copy, and then we will paste it right in here. Okay, so that's all there is to it. Now, if you can also just take the text that you see, let's go back to the site here, and you could just copy the text right into the program here, into the window, and then use the HTML cheat sheet that I supplied to put in the proper HTML. So a P is for a paragraph break, a BR is for a line break, and so on, as you see here. Okay, but this already does that for us. So if you're not comfortable with HTML, then you can just use the included web editor. Okay, so let's click next. Now, do they have a Facebook page? Let's see here. If they do, you can link off to their Facebook page. Doesn't look like they do. Oh, yeah, they do. Okay, so you can copy the link location, link address, depending on which browser you're using. Paste it in here. Click next. Okay, so that says Facebook. Next. Okay, their Twitter URL. Do they have Twitter? They do. So copy link address. Paste in here. Okay, Twitter. Now, these are changeable, of course, if you like. Next. Google Plus. They have that too. So copy link address. Okay, Google Plus. And of course, you can change that if you want. Now, the number of custom links you would like. So any links that link off the site, if they wanted you to put some links off the site, you could do that. But we're not going to be putting any custom links on. We'll just use some custom menus. But you could do something, for instance, if they had a LinkedIn, you could say, you could pick here one, and then you could use LinkedIn as a link, and it'll create a link off to LinkedIn. But we're going to go 0 here. Okay, the number of custom pages you want to use. Okay, custom pages are going to be the pages that you see up here. So home we already have. New Patient Center, Contact Us, which is created automatically. The About Us, we kind of use the About Us as the home page here, but we can create another About Us page if we want, and blog. Now I looked at their blog, there's nothing on it, so we'll leave that one out. So you can pick through here and see what you want to put on. So view patient, new patient center, and we have online forms, what to expect, veterinary resources, payment options. Okay, so let's say we're going to say what to expect. So we'll use what to expect as one of ours. So we need to count how many we're going to use first. So we're going to use 1, 2, 3, and we'll just combine that all into one. And then we'll use this business hours. So we'll say 4. And testimonials 5. Okay, so we're going to use 5 pages. So let's set this to 5. You're allowed up to 10. Okay, so now you start creating your pages. So the meta text for the first custom page. Okay, so let's say that it's new patient center, and we're going to say what to expect is going to be our first one here. Okay, so I'll say what to expect. Next. Okay, now again, this is an HTML page, so we can copy this all again. And then we can go to the web editor. Let's go back out of the source view here and Control A to select it all, and the delete key gets rid of it. Paste it in here, and that's really all we need to do. Let's go and remove formatting. So we'll select it all again, and then we'll click this remove formatting. Okay, and then over to source, select it all, Control A, and then copy, paste. Again, if you know basic HTML, you can avoid using the HTML editor here, and you can just put your own HTML in. Okay, so next. Okay, so the menu text for custom page number 2. Okay, so we're going to go veterinary resources. Okay, so that's our title here. Okay, and then again, we can take this, copy into our editor over here, out of the source view, delete everything in here, select it all and delete it, paste it back in. Okay, so we remove the formatting, and then source, Control A, copy, paste, next. The menu text for custom page 3. Okay, so now we're going back to our third page. I think we're doing about us. We're going to do meet our team. Okay, so meet our team. And then we'll grab this. So we only need to come down to here. So let's go back up. Okay, and then over to the web editor again. Delete what's in here. Undo the source tab. Paste it in there. Okay, now with images, you want to make sure that they're not too wide. let's say a maximum of about 350, 400, depending on the phone. The smaller phones, like the old iPhones, are still stuck at 3.5. So you might want to make your images about that size. So if you click on the image and then you go up here to the little image box, and you'll see here that the width is 216, so nothing to worry about there. Let's go down a little further and click the image box. Okay, so it's not really telling us what the width is in this one, but let's set it to 350, and you'll see that it automatically scales. Click OK, and then down to the next image. Okay, 350. And next image. Okay, so that's all we need to do there. Let's go over to source, and then Control A selects it all, copy. Okay, and then paste it in here. Okay, now we click next. Okay, then for the custom page 4. Okay, so the next one we were doing was services, I believe. So services. And then the HTML, so we grab all this again. Copy. Over here, delete all this out of here. Back to the, click the source tab to go back. And then we'll paste in here. Control V to paste. Okay, and then now let's undo formatting. Okay, and then source, Control A, copy, paste, and then finally for page 5 we're doing business hours. Okay, so let's copy this over to here, delete this out of here, click the source button to get out of source mode, paste in here, Control V. Okay, so we'll paste it in here, click source, and then Control A and copy. Okay, so business hours. And paste. Next. Okay, now if we want any text on the footer, okay, so let's look at their footer, see if there's anything we want to use down on the footer. So anything you want, we can leave it blank if we want. You can put design by and your company name. So you could say let's make sure you get this right. In the HTML cheat sheet that I provided, it shows you how to create a link that either opens in the same window or a new window. Okay, let's click next. Now, we need to pick the colors that match their site. Now, see here, there's something called Tools and a Color Picker desktop software. So click on that. Now, this is actually a color picker that you can install on your computer. And then when you click on it, you can use it to pick colors on a website. So let's go back to their site here. And we want to pick this blue color up here. Okay, so let's open the software we just installed. Here's what it looks like. Now what you do is you click on pick color, and we're going to pick this blue color up here. So you just put your pointer on it, and you'll see a box appears. You just click your mouse now, and then it puts that color in here. So we can grab this and do copy, and then paste it into the field here. Okay, now there is a color chooser here, and it opens up just a standard color chooser like this, and then you can go and get the colors you want. Okay, but we're trying to match the site here, so we're going to put the colors in from their site. Okay, so that was actually we back it up here. That was actually the custom link color. So that's a color of the links. So we don't actually want that there. The link color is going to be white. So you can just type in white here. So you can use words, or you can use the hex color codes. Okay, so these are the links we're talking about. So we're going to have white links. And then now the background color, that's what we just did in the previous step. So we'll put that color there that we got. The color for the header text, okay, that's going to be white again. The site's broken into header, menu, and main body. Next, color of the text in the footer, we'll say is white. The color of the text in the content area. Okay, here it's going to be black because the content area matches this. Okay, so the text will be black and the content area will be white. Okay, the background color for the content area is white. The color of the border around the menu and between the menu bars. Okay, so the menu is a series of bars down the middle of the page. So whatever color you make your menu, you want to make the bars in between a different color. So we're going to make our menu basically the same color as this. Maybe we'll make it this color. Okay, so the color of the border around the menu and between the menu bars will be white. And then the background color for the menu. So let's get our color picker again. And let's pick this lighter color here. And copy. Paste that in here. Click next. Okay, click the call image. You can either use an image, or if you don't use an image, it'll use a link. So you could easily create a click to call image out of something they already have on their site. You just take this and put call me on it, or whatever. If you have other click to call images, you could use one of those. Okay. Okay, so I have a click to call image I have here. I'm going to use this one just as an example. So let's go back to our software. And let's pick that one. Okay, click next. Okay, now the font size for the menu and pixels should be between 14 and 18. I'm going to leave it at the default. Okay, now you can pick your fonts here for the different sections. So menu and the header and the content area. So I'm going to say Verdana for all of them. But you can pick the fonts you like. Okay, content area font family. Verdana. Now, if you want a map generated, yes, we put an address in, so let's generate a map. Click Next. Now, if you want to link back to the full website, if you're going to do this, make sure you don't have an automatic redirect from the main website to the mobile website, or you just go into a loop. So I'm not going to put a link in here, but you could just put a link right back to the URL for the main website if you want to do that. And now we just click Generate. Now we need to save that. Okay, so I'm going to make a new folder under there, and I'm going to say Site. Click OK. Now this is going to create a visual of the site for us and create the site files. Okay, so here's what the site looks like, more or less. Okay, so there's all of our, there's our header, there's our click to call image. Okay, here's our links: home, contact us by email, find us, what to expect, veterinary resources, meet our team, services, business hours, Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Okay, so all the links are there. Let's say home. Let's click on that. Okay, and it brings up our page there. Contact us by email brings up the email, etc. Okay, find us. Okay, now the map doesn't actually work inside this software. It will work in the browser. And keep in mind that this window is large right now. It'll actually be smaller in a mobile browser. This is just a quick demo here. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to save this so that we can come back and modify it if we want. So all you're going to do is click Save. Let's say mobile site. Save. And now we have it saved. Okay, so that's it. We've created it. Let's go open it in a window here. Let's just go into our here. Here's our site. Here's all the site files. And if we open it up here, now this is going to open it up in our main browser. Okay, so it'll look different once you upload it and look at it in a mobile browser. Okay, so now all we need to do is upload this to web server and look at it in a mobile browser. Okay, so I uploaded it to my server, and now I have it brought up in a mobile web emulator. Here's what it looks like. So if you roll down here, you can see get the whole effect. Here's our click to call button. Now that's not going to work, of course, in the emulator. But if you bring it up in your mobile phone, when you get it uploaded and test it out, you'll see that it works fine. Okay, so here's the home. Okay, contact us by email. Okay, find us. Okay, so there's the map showing us where it is, what to expect. Veterinary resources. Okay, meet our team. Services. Business hours. Okay, Facebook. Now, this won't actually work from the editor or from this emulator here, but it does work in the actual mobile website. It's because it has to open a separate page. Same with Twitter and same with Google+. It'll take you to their particular pages. Okay, now there's one more thing I want to show you here, and that's how to reload the site up if you want to make some changes. So all you got to do is hit File and Open, and then just bring the program back in, and it'll load up everything for you. It takes a minute to get everything in here. Okay, now remember we didn't put anything here because we used the logo. Okay. So you can just go through here, make any changes that you need. Okay, so for instance, we used a dummy Yahoo email address. If they wanted to take the site, then of course you would go here and change that. Okay, and then when you get to the end, you just save it again and create the site, save it to your computer and re-upload it, and you got it done. Okay, so that's how you use the software to create your own mobile websites.